Hey everyone, welcome back to World Wrestling Sit-Down, presented by Middle Kingdom Wrestling. I am the professional, Sean Lathrop, and joining me at this time, I've been super excited, saw this guy for the first time last year, and immediately became a fan of him. Jason Lee. Mr. Lee, how are you doing?
I'm good, Sean. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. I know the whole time zones we got going can be difficult for both of us, but thank you so much for taking your time to be on this program.
Yeah, no problem about probably the time delays and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you get when you're on the other side of the world. But you're no stranger to that. As I said the first time, now 2 years ago, technically, when you competed in the Cruiserweight Classic, yourself and Hoho Lun representing Hong Kong. And out of all the guys that I saw for the first time in that tournament, you blew me away the most. And it was the strikes, it was your look, it was just about everything about you had that it for me. And just really going into your style right off the bat, they try to say you kind of built off of a Bruce Lee style, and it showed with the nunchucks and the kind of kung fu. Was that really on
Yeah.
purpose?
Uh yeah, like for me, like he is like my hero. I think like everybody in Hong Kong same, but uh that's like a gimmick for wrestling. I just want to try something new and I did it.
I mean, the one thing, I guess it sucks about looking you up though online, is whenever I look up Jason Lee, I immediately find the guy from My Name Is Earl. So I don't know if you ever have that problem, really.
Yeah, like when you search Jason Lee, there's lots of guys called Jason Lee, but like even the actor and stuff.
Hmm.
So it's difficult.
Yeah. Uh, but regarding yourself, I believe you took on Rich Swann in the first round. I'm going by memory in this right now.
Yes, yes, yes.
And we're seeing already Swan's been exploding. Ho Ho's over in NXT. And a lot of you guys that were in the CWC who didn't go to the WWE have made a name for themselves in the independent circuit around the world. Anthony Bennett, for example, has really, his stock went up in the Midwest region. Yourself, from what I understand, previously to go in the CWC, you were originally part of Zero One, correct?
Yes, I was. Yes.
Tell me about being a part of the Zero One program in Japan, and because not many people know about Zero One compared to a Noah, an All Japan, a DDT, and things of that nature.
Um. Well, let me tell you about like when how I started wrestling in Japan. Um. I remember it was 2012. I went to be I went to there for training, like just for training to be they call it young boy, the dojo boy. So what I did is just like training every day and take care take care of the company and stuff. So after that, they they told me, how about you just join the company? I said, wow, like I can't believe it. So I keep going back and back, like go back Hong Kong and Japan and until I think it's like 4 years in
Mhm.
zero one. Uh, uh, and the style is like I kind of different from the other company, and it's same with like a strong style, I guess. But they like they're looking for like the real stuff, you know what I mean? Like
Like that MMA esque style, your
yeah,
UFCs.
yeah, but not kind of like MMA, but like like they're looking for like how to make wrestling to be like real, I think.
Kind of more your grapplers, maybe a Matt Riddle, for example.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
See, that's definitely seems to be the direction where we're going with professional wrestling. With, as I mentioned, a Matt Riddle, Bobby Fish is making a name for himself doing that. Jack Gallagher in the 205 live aspect, and maybe it was because of the match. We saw more of like a striking style from you, though.
Striking. Not really. Like from one point, like, because I don't know how to strike, and so I don't use it because I don't know how to use it. But
It,
does it look okay though? I don't know.
it looks pretty good. Yeah. And and of course one of the things this is just from my sources is just talking to numerous people prior to the CWC tournament. It was essentially, from what I understand, you were the name of Chinese professional wrestling. And then you have Ho Ho and Tian Bing over there in WWE. I'm just curious, is there like a form of competitiveness now between you and Ho Ho, or you and any of the other Chinese professional wrestlers are just exploding?
Um, I think like probably just me and Hoho.
Well,
Yeah, I think so.
it's like a friendly rivalry, though, right?
It's like a what? It's like what?
Like a brotherly rivalry.
Mm, well, you can say it though. That's kind of look like that though, I think.
All right, so is there actual malice between you and Ho Ho?
Magnus? Yeah, always, always.
Oh,
Yeah, always.
see, I had no idea about that, to be honest.
Because I don't know, like, have you seen the YouTube video or even the wrestling show? You know, like me and him like is separate for Hong Kong wrestling. The story.
No, I did not see that video. No.
Oh yeah, it was like last June. It was right after I came back from WWE and we did a show and I have a single match with him. So yeah, it was about like the story and uh the story was like he turning heel or something.
Getting back away from Ho Ho, as I already said, you, Ho Ho, and Tien are pretty much the big three now as far as Chinese wrestling, outside of say a Middle Kingdom wrestling. Um, eh, the thing is, though, there wasn't really anyone before you three really started taking off and going beyond China. So I'm curious, how did you really get into professional wrestling yourself?
Um, it was when I was a kid. I watched wrestling on TV, like same as other guy, I guess, and and I find out it's like very interesting to about wrestling. Then I started learning when I was 13, but it's not really like class. It's just a man with some friends, and we do moves and stuff.
Yeah.
And after that, I remember it was 2009, and we got a dojo in Hong Kong, and we got ring, and I debuted on the ring, and it was 2009. That's how I started.
Did it just really come naturally to you? Like this is something you knew for sure you wanted to do?
Uh, yeah, I wanted to do when I was a kid. Was my dream,
Hmm.
so it's kind of like my dream come true. But I will keep doing until like I don't know when, but until forever maybe.
So then, who was the guy that really inspired you growing up? Was it one of the guys from New Japan? Was it a WWE guy that made you think I need to be a part of this?
Um, Not really, but
Oh.
it was my brother told me to watch WWF. I think that time was the name called WWF, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So
but I don't think like any like wrestler to make me want to to become part of this business, and I just want to do it.
assuming your brother and you were both in this mattress wrestling, we'll call it. Uh, were you always Jason Lee, or did you have a name back then that was different?
Yeah. Before it was called Jason New. It was like my actual real name because Jason is my English name, then New is my last name. So
Hmm.
I used it for a ring name, and I remember it was 2013 when I'm in Japan, and uh, the company told me, maybe you should change your name and change your gimmick. And I remember I went to England, like Europe, for like 3 months. After that, I changed my name to Jason Lee and back to Japan.
And then you came back to Japan. Did you have to really explain to people why you did change from New to Lee?
No, it was the zero one told me to change it because they was thinking gimmick and stuff. So they think I'm from Hong Kong, and in Japan the guys only know the last name like Chan or Lee. So they think it would like good for me and put some like Bruce Lee nunchuck and some
Mhm.
kung fu sport and make people like remember to show people this guy come from Hong Kong, he's no kung fu and stuff.
And I guess Jason Chan wasn't really up your alley then, right?
Yeah, it's not really good to say it
Nah.
though. Even even it's not a good name.
Yeah, only Jackie can pull that one off. So, getting into a little bit of the CWC,
Okay.
as I kind of mentioned, you did go here with Ho Ho, but this was such an international opportunity. You had Noam Dar from Scotland there. You had wrestlers from Venezuela, potentially someone from Brazil who ended up visa problems. How did you really get part of this? Was there a sign up, or did you just kind of get contacted by them?
I remember it was I got an email from them from WWE, and at that time I was like before the CWC, I went to try out in Shanghai. Uh, WWE tryout. They came to China for like 4 days. Then I went there and I meet them, and they say, "Oh, did you get the emails and stuff?" I say, "Yeah, yeah." So that's how I get into the CWC. They sent me email at the first place. So
I can just imagine getting the jitters from doing something like that, especially meeting some of the guys there as well.
yeah, I was like surprised. Like they sent email to me and Ho, but I think they sent email to Zero One before. Like the office guy was talking to me about that, but at that time I was in Hong Kong. I wasn't in Japan.
So then after the CWC, because we saw your match with Rich Swann, we even got to see a little bit of your backstory in the WWE's highlight videos before your match. How did it feel coming home? That I assume your stock rise and like people were recognizing you more in the streets than ever before.
No, no,
Oh,
it's not. The wrestling is not popular in in Hong Kong.
I know it's growing in Hong Kong, but I imagine, like in Japan, since Japan is a much stronger country and you work a lot in Zero One in Japan, that you were more recognized there now.
No, I haven't go back Japan since like
Oh,
2015 because yeah, I was having surgery, so I have to come back to Hong Kong. Then after that, I didn't go back to Japan. Then until I got the email from WWE, then I went to America. Until now, I didn't go back to Japan anymore. So
so are you telling me that the WWE series, the tournament, and the training, was your like first time back in the ring after surgery?
no, 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 no. After the surgery, it was I went to China to wrestling. Do you know the CWF? It was called CWF before, but I don't know now.
The Chinese Wrestling Federation. Yes, I believe
Yeah,
they.
yes, yeah,
Uh,
something like that. It's in Shanghai. That was the return match for me. Then after that, I I did show in like Thailand, Singapore, and Hong Kong, something like that, like the Southeast Asia.
mhm.
But I haven't go back Japan yet. So
Now, have you really? You mentioned England a little bit. You were saying you haven't gone back to Japan, but we know you've worked a decent amount in Japan. Is there anywhere else in the world that you plan on going to, or might be heading to soon?
I'm going to Singapore next month for
Oh,
show, and I'm planning to go Germany because I want to visit there. I want to travel, of course, in wrestling.
yeah. I mean, what about America? I mean, your first experience was in the WWE in America. I can assume that'd be something you'd love to check out again.
America, yeah, yeah. I want to like work some, I reckon, indie because I haven't wrestling before, like
Right.
in America. Only the first time I wrestling in America, it was CWC, and that's it.
I mean, that's one heck of a start, to be honest. So,
Yeah, I know. I was surprised. Like, wow.
so then, how long have you been doing this now?
How long? You mean
Like your,
on the ring or when I start to learn?
we'll say from your first match till now. Like, how long has it been since your first match?
Oh, it was 2009. So, so
About eight
how long is
years
it?
now. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, kinda. But when I was start like learning, like no ring, it was about like 14, 15, I think.
14 years, or since you were 14?
No, 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 14 years old
Oh,
or
okay.
15. I can't remember.
I mean, that's just
But
how we all started.
there's no ring though. That's
Yeah. It's just like the small training type style. Like we all really, there's so many guys like CM Punk, for example. He started off in that kind of style, and he went on to be one of the biggest names of all time. That's just how you really start going to the professional wrestling, right?
yeah, yeah, like on the mat and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I started.
Yeah, I want to throw in one more last question for you in this interview. Thank you again
Yeah, sure. No,
for
yeah.
taking your time. Uh, you get to set up your perfect dream match, whoever it is, living or dead. What is the match that would perfectly be for Jason Lee?
Wow, wow, that's probably a lot though. Is there
I mean,
only
no
one
doubt.
or?
I mean, you can go through a list if you want.
Wow, dream match. Dream match. I think like I wrestling like in Japan. I wrestling like some of the big name, but that's for me like kind of like dream match. But uh,
Like a
dream
Muda or a
match,
Liger.
huh?
Like Muda or Liger, those would be like dream matches for you.
Uh, no, they're too big.
Too
I'm
big.
too small. I'm too small.
Wait, if like, I mean, Liger's a junior heavyweight, and you're saying you're too small for him?
Yeah, I think so.
Uh, I have no idea about that off the top of my
Well,
head. Yeah.
well, when I see the video like YouTube, so I think he's look bigger than me.
Yeah, it might be, but I mean, Liger's a 25 year vet now. I mean, who wouldn't want to just have one match with him?
Yeah, I know, right? Let me think. Dream match. I really don't know.
You never thought about it?
Um,
Just like laying in your bed, just think, man, that'd be
no.
cool.
I never think of this question. Um, if you really want me to say one, like dream match,
Yeah,
probably I would go for Wish Swan once again. Like yeah, one more time.
one more time with Chris Swan. Yeah, I'd be down with that, to
Yeah,
be honest.
but
Yeah,
yeah, I remember that was that day it was that day recording my measure was 6 minutes, so
yeah. I would like to have
yeah,
that maybe
so
another 10 on there.
yeah, so I would like to go one more time. If you say like the dream match, like not you can say the dream match though, but um like a match like I want to do it.
Yeah.
Not the dream match, yeah. Like which one I would go again, like one more time.
All right, so we got it. You maybe not a dream match, but that's a match you would love to revisit. Is Rich Swan.
Yeah, yeah, you can say that.
Well, you got any? I mean, you said next month you're going to be at Singapore. I assume Singapore Pro Wrestling, right?
Yes, yes,
Any
yes.
other
SPW.
any other events we could be on the outlook for Jason Lee popping in?
Um, I'm not sure yet, but I'm sure April and July. July we got the Hong Kong wrestling show.
The HKWF. Yep.
Yes, yes. And the other month, I still don't know. I'm waiting for the booking. I don't know.
Well, well, to keep up to date, where how can people find out? Do you have the Twitter, the Instagrams for people to follow you and find out more about you?
I got Instagram and then Facebook, but I don't know. I don't know. You can find me on Facebook. My name is called Jason Liu. It was my actual name.
All right. Do you use
Yeah.
Twitter at all or no?
What's that?
Do you use Twitter at all or no?
No, because I used to have Twitter before when I maybe when I in Japan, and because I don't know how to use Twitter to be honest, so
Yeah.
and I just give up. Now I
Well,
don't understand. Like everybody got Twitter, but I don't know how to use it, and no people follow me, so
I'll follow you on Twitter.
I
I'm
just
guaranteed.
I just don't use it.
Well, we're gonna try and get you back on Twitter then. That's my plan for sure.
Okay, because I don't know how to use it. It's way different. Like
It is. I definitely had a curve when I first started using Twitter, and I hated it, but I've gotten used to it.
yeah, it's different. It's really
Hmm.
it's different than like like Facebook and Instagram is easy, but Twitter you don't know how to make like people
Follow
to
you?
follow and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard.
You might hashtag wrong or something. What's going on here? Well,
Yeah, so I give up before. Well,
well, once again, Jason, thank you for being a part of the
yes.
program.
Oh, no problem, no problem. Sorry for the bad English there, because
It's it's completely fine, man. This is what this is all about: discovering and introducing talents that English doesn't have to be their first language. Wrestling has to be their first language.
oh yeah, sure, sure. That's for sure. Yeah.
So thank you guys for listening to another
No,
edition. Oh,
no. Okay.
thank you guys for listening to another edition of World Wrestling Sit Down. This is Jason Lee. Follow him on Facebook under Jason New. I am the professional Sean Lathrop, the man who sleeps on the floor, can't possibly fall out of bed.